My oh my, what an interesting show we had last time. And today we are graced to host Delegate 002, still in Moi University School of Law elections. That is MUSO, Moi University Student Organization, rather. The 33rd, I'm being informed that is the 33rd election annex chapter. And today we have two beautiful ladies in the show. That is, they're well known as Mama Welfare. They're fighting so that they can take the office of the one beautiful lady, Gloria Kimboy. She's the incumbent leader. She's the incumbent 00. Now today, keep on tweeting, keep on SMSing. The hashtag is hashtag delegate 002 at the bar. Now, with the first question, maybe let us go straight to the point because we have Osaki Bet coming in. Maybe to start, what prompted you to vie for these docket 002 and not 001 and not 003?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Brent Obinchu. You've asked me a very interesting question. Why did I go for social welfare and not co-curricular or academics? And I'll answer it in a very simple way. I've always had a calling to taking care of people's welfare. I am always into knowing how people are doing, knowing that people are doing okay. And one thing is that here in school, we are the comrades, and one thing happens to be that our welfare is very important. You cannot study when you're not okay, and you cannot do anything in school when you're not okay. So I felt like, why shouldn't I take this chance and make Moi University a better place, make Annex a better place by taking care of the welfare of all the comrades?
But still, you could do that as an academician, or rather 001. You can still take care of the welfare of the people. That is academically. Yeah,
that's a very good attack. Thank you so much for bringing that up. But then, let's pay attention to one very key word: welfare. Academics, I'll borrow from what the other delegates who are talking about, Mr. Ojala and Mr. Budijan. They mentioned that Mr. Ojala kept mentioning that he's an academician. So that means that for me, I'm not an academician. I'm out for the welfare of the people. I'm out to take care of people. Me meaning mama welfare.
So if you're not an academician, what are you doing in school?
That me being in school does not mean that I'm not an academician.
Okay.
Or me not being in school doesn't mean that I'm not an academician. There's so many people out there who are academicians and they're not in school.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that by the fact that I'm here and I've said that I'm not really an academician, doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to be in school. So I can still be in school, I can study, I can work hard, I can be a leader, I can lead the people of this university.
All right. What about you, Kezia?
Brent, for this thing, it's actually a very interesting question. And for me, I've been here for the last 3 years.
3 years.
And I feel like in this docket, there's always been a gap. And it's about time it needs to be filled.
Which gap, or rather, what gap are you talking about?
For the last 3 years,
okay.
I will say this thing kind of is personal for me, because I've had a friend who the toilets aren't clean. We both know that. We all know that. It's a hazardous thing that is happening.
Which toilet are you talking? Because the new library has clean toilets. Come on.
Very clean.
But it's usually in the academics block, the new building, the 3rd floor.
Okay.
And I will tell you for sure, I've had a friend who has suffered UTI. And I was like, if this is one person who is close to me and has come to me with this issue, how about those many people who haven't come forward and it has affected them? So it's not about, it's that one person who made me think, how about those people who cannot have someone who they have to approach? So that is my driving factor. Yeah.
So people could not approach you when you're buying Delegate 001 or Delegate 003?
It's a welfare thing, okay? And the thing is, I have been a class rep. There are people who have come to me with academics.
Okay.
I have been in the field also. There has been football for ladies, but it didn't thrive. But for me, this became a personal thing, because I was like, there are so many people who are suffering out there, but they don't have someone who can represent them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Vanilla is nodding as if, I don't know if you're accepting what she's saying, or what are you trying to imply with your nod?
She's spoken really well, but then I have a problem with one major thing. she's brought up the issue of being a class rep and academics and being in the field, and I didn't really understand how it related to the question you asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, maybe we want to clarify on that point.
Okay, you've asked if I couldn't help in academics.
Right.
In this the same thing, and I was like, it's not that I haven't been in the academic field to help.
Okay.
You get?
So
but
you know.
I have worked there. I know there are people who have helped in that sector. But maybe I feel in this sector, there is a gap that needs to be filled.
There's a gap that needs to be filled. Talking about that gap that needs to be filled, do you want to imply that the incumbent leader that she's holding the office right now has done nothing?
No, she has done something. She has.
Then what's this gap that you're talking about?
Okay, in leadership, you will do much, but there will still be a gap. She did a lot. She came up with 2 events and they were successful, but all of them didn't, let me say, like, they didn't thrive as they were supposed to. And I'm not blaming her for that. Her term has ended. Maybe,
so whom are you blaming?
I'm not blaming her.
Whom are you blaming? Because if you're not blaming her, you're blaming someone, right?
Yeah, maybe the thing is, okay, let me talk about the 2 events.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one where there was cancer awareness.
Yeah, I can remember that.
The thing was, in that cancer awareness, there was not a section for men where they could be tested for prostate cancer. It was just cervical and breast cancer.
But it's true. I thought that it was a good thing that it was brought.
It was brought, but there was it was good. But what if we've made this docket? Okay. We've made this docket look like it's just for females.
Right, okay.
You get? So for that was one gap that needed to be filled. When Ivy, the student from medical school, passed away, she brought about the mental health club, and she was working with Jennifer, who was in the counseling department.
Jennifer, okay.
Yeah. She was working in that, but you see, at the end of it all, it didn't stand ground as much as she would have wanted to do.
Okay, it was not rooted, maybe to say.
Yeah, it wasn't grounded as much as it was supposed to be. So that is another thing, because even if I come in, I'm coming also to propagate what she had already started. It's not just about the new ideas. It's about her completing the work.
I've gotten your point. Now, you've talked about sanitation. What about sanitation? Because I think both of you have talked about something about to do with sanitation. What to do with sanitation?
When you look at the docket of social welfare, there are 3 main things that we look at. We look at security, we look at health, and we look at sanitation. Sanitation is very important because the moment we have poor cleaning mechanisms in our school, that's where the problem starts. The moment when our dishes are dirty, that's where the problem starts. I had a problem with, I think a week ago or some time back, when in our school cafeteria, as it's commonly referred to, there was salt being placed in cups. That was so wrong because there's a reason why they're salt shakers. And first of all, I captured that in my manifesto. And
which reason is that? Because you're saying there's a reason for that.
Yeah, the reason why salt shakers are made, because to avoid contamination of salt.
But salt don't get contaminated if I think from my chemistry that I learned. Salt, okay, but continue.
No, but I remember one thing, salt absorbs a lot of things from the atmosphere, from the same chemistry that you learned. So salt can very easily get contaminated. You should revisit your chemistry notes.
I think I should.
And then so I felt like there's a problem somewhere. So that's with the mess cafeteria or the cafeteria. And I would appreciate her effort of getting salt shakers, which was actually my initial idea, but no offense to Ken actually. And then we also have an issue to do with sanitation. Is not all about food. There's also our laws. First of all, one major point in my manifesto is that our laws for the ladies' laws, our intercles are in very bad condition. Either the lead is broken or there's no lead at all. especially the ladies will understand that rental kills are a very delicate part of every girl's or every lady's washroom. And the moment we have broken rental kills or rental kills with broken lids, that's where the problem starts. Why can't we fix these small things? I'm not going to the administration to ask for 10 million to buy the school rental kills. No, I'm not going to do that.
Because actually, I saw someone's posted that she wants to buy us a school ambulance. So, and then I was wondering.
So that because you see, we are getting into a docket of school leadership. This is student leadership. We have to be realistic in our dreams. I totally will not question her idea of
so
wanting
you think
to
that that's not realistic? We can't get a school ambulance.
I was heading there. I was going to that. I will not question her idea of getting the school ambulance.
You said that we need to be realistic.
No. Okay. I get where you're going, but then I feel like it's a bit of she overdreamt about that, because you're not going to go to Mr. Ochola, our school dean, the student's assistant dean or whatever it is, and ask him, sir, give me 10 million to go buy a school ambulance. He will not give you that money. He's going to tell you, my university does not have money. That's what our administration tells us. I have mooted and I was asking for a few thousands, and I'm told there's no money. More university there's no money. So going to the administration telling them, we have a mechanism where we have some cleaners who come to collect this to clear the rental kills. Why can't we talk to them? They can give us subsidized prices, because I've worked with an initiative back in high school where we got new rental kills for our school, and we worked with the organization that actually used to come clean the rental kills up. So I asked the school, why don't you just give a few thousands? I talked to this school, they subsidize the price and equip us with new rental kills. That will be something easy. I'm not asking for 2 million from you.
So you're saying that you want us to replace non-teaching staff?
Teaching staff?
Non-teaching.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about.
Okay, let me maybe narrow down. You want us to replace workers, maybe?
No. I think Mr. Vinci have understood me, because
you said you worked with an organization. From that organization, you brought them to the institution that you were, and they did the work.
The school support staff does not provide rental kills for the school.
Okay.
The only thing they do is clean our loose.
Okay.
So they are not in any way involved with the broken rental kills.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you talked about sanitation, you've talked about health. What about security?
Security is very key. First of all, there's especially in Annex campus, there's the issue of inside security and outside security. So inside security, this is where we look at how safe are the students in school. Outside security is where we look at how safe are the students outside school. So inside security, we may not have had so much problem with it, because we have watchmen all over the place. They are competent enough, because we have not had a very major issue of insecurity inside the school. But let's look outside the school, just around the school. We have issues where policemen from the very close police station, Kiamba police station, harass students.
How do they harass? Because from my knowledge, I think they're doing their work.
Thank you, but I have a friend who was arrested because he did not have a school ID. Then when we got there, we are told he was drunk and disorderly. He was using drugs, and those are things that he never does. He doesn't drink. So when we try to listen to the side of the story, there are so many gaps that do not add up. So we realized that these people actually harassed our students, and this student needs help. That's my duty. Mimi ni mama welfare in Kiswahili, and I am supposed to take care of the welfare of each and every student in this school. Each and every student is very important.
Okay, I think KZ, you also share the same sentiment. We have security, health, sanitation. Talk about them.
I need first to make a clarification.
Right?
I did not steal her idea. The same thing.
The idea of buying the salt shakers.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
The thing is, she thought of buying. I had thought of it as a problem, but
so,
only because.
Sorry to cut you short. You said that she stole your idea.
She
didn't.
Implied I did from her manifesto.
So she's trying to call you a thief.
I don't know.
I think we are misunderstanding each other. It's because I had highlighted it in my manifesto.
In your manifestos?
Yeah, that I wanted to get salt shakers.
I had the idea.
You had the idea?
And it's because
But she had not expressed it. I had expressed it first.
The thing is, there are strategies, right? For me, my manifesto wasn't to be released until a certain day.
Until a certain day, okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
I saw it in her manifesto. I had a way in my manifesto of how I would accomplish the same. And that is why, immediately I saw it, I was like, why wouldn't I accomplish it since I had the means?
Just to clear the air, I said I didn't take any offense to that, because either of us can get into office and either of us can serve the comrades. So I said I didn't take any offense to that. It was totally fine with me, because I didn't even raise the issue. People raised the issue, but I didn't speak out about it. So I was totally fine with it.
So even throughout this week, even if she steals all your manifestos, you don't have a problem with that?
It's totally, my supporters may talk, but I personally wouldn't come out.
You don't have a problem with that?
Yeah, because we are out for it. I do not have a problem with that.
So why then don't you drop her, then she goes for the seat?
There's one thing, Mr. Vinci, you don't understand.
Make me understand.
First of all, we were friends before this.
Of course.
And this is just politics.
And I think you're still friends.
We are still.
We weren't still our friends. As much as politics may make it look like we are enemies. And we are out for one position. That's the position of social welfare and special needs. And either of us can win this. Let's mark the words that either of us can win this. So our manifestos, if I don't win, she can borrow from what I intended to do and help accomplish it. If she doesn't win, I can borrow from her manifestos and accomplish it, because we are both driven to serve the welfare of the people of Annex.
Okay. Kezia, talking about the soul check, or you're done with that point?
I think I'm done with it.
You're done, okay.
Yeah.
So Kezia is not a thief?
No, Kezia is not a thief.
Okay, we all know, according to the MUSO constitution, this docket is about security. Catering services, health, and any other interests of the student that they wish to tell us. And for health, it's about the dispensary, or it's called sanatorium. And one thing I've noticed, I've been there, but the pharmacy isn't well equipped. So that's one thing. And then also sanitation.
So you'll go and buy us medicine?
No, I can't promise to go and buy medicines.
So you just noticed?
Though, I noticed, and I was like, how can we have maybe the county government supply us with medicines? Because you'd find when you go there, they just have mostly the basic medicines. What if someone comes there with a bigger problem, it may be an emergency? What do they do at that point? Because Panadol, Piriton, Cetirizine don't cure everything. And then there was the issue of sanitation, the toilets cleanliness. My idea was I would talk to the administration and figure out, in most institutions you find that there is a rotation in cleaning of the toilets. If it's hourly, if it's after 3 hours, how can it be done? Because you'd find that the only time the school gets cleaned, it's in the morning. You wouldn't find them anywhere. And you'd see in most institutions they have a chart where they sign in the time they cleaned.
But I think they do the same in this institution.
Yes, but I have been to the ladies' room, and usually it's behind the door.
Right.
And you'd find it's not signed, it's not updated. So how can the school follow up on such things? Because at the end of the day, it's us students who are suffering from the toilets not being cleaned. You'd go and find yesterday it was dirty. The halls were washed, but the toilets weren't. So it's not, and especially this is about our body. So it becomes a very hazardous thing to us all. And then security, as she has said, there is security inwards and there is security outwards. We have had situations about where students outside around Thika Road, they've had their house being broken into. We've had allegations of culprits, but I've never heard about how the school follows up on these culprits. They would have those cases, but at the end of the day you find that no one talks about it anymore. So what can we do about that? Inside school we have, I would say inside school it's fair, because we have everywhere where I can't say people are being harassed, but it is good to show your identification. In as much as I also complain about it, why would I be going at 8 a.m. in an institution? I still should show identification. So I will say inside the school, they're doing a good job.
Someone is calling you. I don't know if you tell him that you're in the show. They're seeing you on television and trying to tell you. I can see someone there is tweeting. Isaac, go through. Sandra Muya keeps on tweeting, and she has, as you can see, she has sent many tweets, like 5 of them, I think. She's asking why you as Kezia or Vanilla better than the other. Or maybe I can paraphrase the question. Why do you think you're better than her, and why do you think you're better than her? Come on. Why?
Okay, we'll go first. Okay, why I think better than her, it's because I believe in servant leadership and also transformative leadership, where a servant leader serves, but a transformative leader believes in changing things.
So you're a servant leader?
Yeah, I believe
you share the same sentiments as Budiging.
I believe I am.
He said the same when he was in the show, that he's a servant, he's not a leader.
Yeah, and it's good to be a servant leader, because you need someone who you need to be someone where people feel comfortable approaching you.
So you're the servant and a leader, because him, I can remember he said that he is a servant but not a leader.
I believe you can be both. You
so
can
you're
be
a servant leader. Okay.
Yeah, because leadership is setting the pace. But at the same time, when you're setting the pace, you come down to the people.
Of which Muturi isn't.
I don't know. She's my friend, and I believe she's capable of doing the same.
She's capable of doing the same. Then why do you then drop for her if you think she can do the same?
Well, this is politics, yeah. I am better. For me, I believe
you're better than her.
I believe.
Reason, because first you've said that you're a servant leader.
Yeah.
Another.
And I believe
reason?
Even if this thing is not just for here, it's also beyond us. Like she had said, either of us
you can win. True.
Exactly.
But now the question is the question that Sandra Muya is asking, and she's the first here I can see. She's asking, why are you better than Vanilla? And then why is Vanilla better than
because
you?
I believe I can deliver.
You believe you can deliver.
And I have done things, and I know I am the right person.
Which things are these you have done things? Make that point clear.
I believe I do not want to use the class rep thing so much, but I have been in that position where I have served. I have delivered to people as a class rep. Like example, I don't know what she has done, but for me, this is what I have done. There's a time student wanted the exams to be pushed. I was part of the people who went to deliberate. This time we were all part of the movement where we were fighting for the 6 electoral colleges. So I believe I can deliver. I am accountable.
Still. You can deliver better than her.
Yeah, I believe I can.
Yeah, because you are a student leader, you are actually a servant leader, you've said, and actually you are a class rep. So you have pushed for many things, of which Muturi hasn't done the same.
I do not know what.
But you're friends, because you keep on saying that you're friends and you still don't know
we
each other.
Tight friends, like we aren't part of the same circle, but we do talk to each other.
So,
we interact with each other.
Now you said you're better than her because of servant leadership, and you are not your once, but you are a class rep. So, and you have pushed for many things and exam maybe to say, and the work. Vanilla?
First of all, I would boldly rebut her assumptions. She's not better than me. And by the fact that I still have a problem with this class rep thing, the fact that she's been a class rep does not make her better than me.
Why? But she has led students since first year to third year. And okay, maybe I can ask, is there a complaint?
No, I haven't had any.
Then
that is very true. She hasn't had any complaint, but for me, I may not have been a class rep, or I may not have been a leader in my university, but I have been a leader out there. And one thing that is clear is that leadership is a passion. Leadership is a calling. You just don't wake up one day and you want to be a leader. It does not happen anywhere. So
if it's a calling, then why are you not a class rep?
Let me tell you something. Maybe I had different interests back then. You may never know. And I may have pursued them, and they may have ended in very positive ways. And one thing that I would borrow from what Mr. Chola once told me is that he has had so many leaders in this school. Each year he has 6 delegates, But there's the issue of competency. Leaders do not deliver. Those were his words. Leaders do not deliver, and I am tired. Then I rebutted him and told him, sir, do you know that leadership is a matter of passion and calling? Maybe the leaders you had went into leadership because of formalities.
So these leaders are Hosea, these leaders are Bill Lolo, these leaders are Gloria, these leaders are Nyawa, or...
the same way that Mr. Ochola did not reveal names, I will not reveal names.
But you said he has had leaders, so I'm assuming that the leaders that he has had...
He didn't mention names, and I was focusing on the complaint he gave. He said that they do not deliver. I told him, what if they do not deliver because they were not into office by passion? They just went there for formalities and the title of being a leader. So I believe that I am in a better position to handle this docket because leadership has always been in me since I was a very young girl. And I'm using this as a grassroots basis for my political ambitions out there. I have further political ambitions. I want to be a great person out there someday. I want to be one of the sang politicians out there. The way you'll hear Millie Odhiambo and you're like, yeah, she's a very strong lady. I wish someday someone will sing, Vanilla Moturi, yeah, I know her. Or maybe my surname will have changed that, and who knows, I'll be Mrs. Someone. So I would really love to do this.
We'll get back to that point, Mrs. Sound, but continue.
Yeah, that was on a light note though. So I would really love to be here because I believe that I can use this to really grow in politics. I can use this to really deliver and see what I can do. And just to borrow from my family background, I told my parents I want to be a leader. I told my parents I want to go into school leadership. I told my father I want to be a student leader at MUSO University Annex campus. And at first my mom was a bit reluctant because she felt like I may not be capable of doing this. But my father told me, I have known you since you were a very young girl. I have brought you up and you have proved beyond doubts that you can be a leader. You've proved beyond doubts that you can serve your fellow students, you can serve the people of this republic. So I would really, 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 really love to be in this docket. And
so do you not mean that Kezia's parents have brought an issue? Is that so?
I do not know because as she said, we are friends. But we may not be as close, so I may not have asked her, what did your mom say about this? What did your dad say about this? But I'm speaking from my point.
So there's a way that you're bringing this friendship aspect, as if when one gets into the docket, she'll abandon the other one and show her maybe some matharau to say.
No, I think Mr. Vinci is misunderstanding us. The fact that we are bringing this friendship issue, it's supposed to show you that this is politics, this is a game. It's not going to bring enmity between us. It's not going to make us not talk again. We have a few days to go. When is 7th? On Friday. When is today? On Monday. Just a few days and things will almost go back to normal because we'll be done with this game of politics, this game of campaigning and running all over. And I believe that we'll still talk because this should not create bad blood between us. Yeah, so the friendship thing, it has been there, it is there, and it will always be there.
So you think that you're better than her, in short?
Yes.
And you still think you're better than her?
I believe that I'm better than her. I strongly believe.
You share the same. So you're better than each other?
In our own different ways, we are.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. We want us to go for a quick break, and when we come back, we will read the SMSs, the tweets. You can see Isaac Wondo is struggling with them. Don't worry, Isaac, I will come to the tweets, and we also ask the questions. Do they have boyfriends? You know, because maybe there's some people there outside that they're eyeing them, and you want to clarify that issue. And will the boyfriends affect their leadership maybe when they enter? Stay tuned. This is the bar.
Oh my God.